Hello, everybody. My name is Lake, and welcome back to another Shonen review. First of all, you're going to notice a few things. The first thing is that my voice kind of messed up. Let me bring you over here. Yeah, so my voice is kind of messed up. Just the consequences of New Year's, ignore that. Let me bring you over here. I partied a little too hard, my friends. Now listen, the chapters were really good this week. I wasn't going to make a review, but now I am going to make a review because I read all the chapters and I was like, I can't just not. But that being said, we are going to keep it pretty short and sweet because it is in my best interest to be done with this as quickly as possible. First of all, Chainsaw Man isn't out. We are actually, I don't know, we're ignoring Chainsaw Man for now. Now, Ichi the Witch, this is a very good chapter. This is S tier, 100%. I told you I really liked where it was going this week. Well, I really like where it went. We finally got some Descaris backstory. We know all about her brother. We know why she wanted to become a witch. Her brother's back, kind of. This fight has gotten a lot more interesting and it has a lot more layers than previously anticipated. So, congratulations to Ichi the Witch for turning around this boring ass arc. Good job. I'm very happy. I'm very happy I don't have to shit on it every week anymore. And now, let's talk about Sakamoto Days. This is an A tier chapter. I told you, listen, whenever Akira is in a chapter, it's usually pretty good. I find her to be one of the more nuanced and interesting characters in Sakamoto Days. This chapter is no different. That being said, I have no frickin' idea how she's surviving so long against, is it Uzuki? Uzuki? X, Slur, whatever. He has a lot of names. Either way, she's surviving against him somehow. I have no idea how this scaling works. Is Akira actually that busted? We're about to find out next chapter. She's got some sort of like future sight or whatever. Now, Centuria. This is another S tier Centuria chapter. Now, I really like what they've gotten done with Altus in this chapter. This is very, very interesting. He basically says he wants to become stronger than the original Arcos so he can cancel him out basically and take control of his body and his future and, beat the shit out of that bitch lesbian witch. And, that's real shit. I respect that. And of course you have Julian finding out about the healer's abilities. He's not very happy about it, but she's happy that she healed TT and she's like, you know what? We're chill, buddy, You and me, we're chill, everything's chill. But a lot of interesting stuff this chapter. TT has been healed. What's going to happen with the main gang from here? What's going to happen with Altus? Because I have a feeling it's not going to play out exactly as he wants it to. And let's not forget that Lacrima, or whatever, is also a construct. So it's going to get very concerning very soon. There's going to be lots of terrible revelations. Lucas refused to have his fingers healed, so he's still kind of in a nerfed state. Now, Modulo, this is another S tier chapter. If you've read it, I probably don't need to explain why. There were a lot of things confirmed this chapter. First of all, Yuka and Tsurugi's dad is a deadbeat, and he ran away because he was disappointed with this generation of sorcerers. Now, Yuji showed up to talk to him. We don't know the details of the conversation, but the way it was set up, we're very clearly going to find out about it in the future. So I'm very intrigued to figure out what's going on there with those two. Now, one of the more interesting things this chapter, so obviously Tsurugi calls upon Rika to help him out, save my bum ass, I'm getting my ass beat. So he calls out Rika, and Rika only does it because Yuta told her to, and she even says she'll complain to Yuta in heaven, which I find pretty interesting because that confirms that not only does the afterlife actually exist in the JJK universe, but also Yuta is watching and he has control over Rika. So I'm very interested to see what Rika is going to be able to do next chapter. Can she use the copy technique? What other kind of busted stuff can she do, right? We don't really know how it works. It's been surprisingly undefined considering we've seen so much of her. We don't know if she carries Yuta's technique. We're going to find out, but unfortunately, I feel like next chapter it's probably going to be back to Yuka versus Dabura, maybe. But it feels like this is all coming to a head basically in the next few chapters. Hopefully Yuji appearance soon We'll see. Kagurabachi, another S tier chapter. So first of all, one of the crazy lore drops this chapter, you can see I'm getting excited about it. We found out that all of the sword bearers combined weren't actually able to beat the Sword Saint. He finished with the Magatsumi and turned himself in. So literally nobody has ever beat this smoke demon before. That does not bode well for our main characters. Of course, Samura is getting bodied here. So the effect of the Magatsumi is that literally anybody in its radius has their life force drained. And for Samura and Chihiro, literally the most they can do with Suzaku is to just keep themselves alive. And so that means that Samura can't regen any of his additional wounds. So he gets bodied, he loses his hand. The Sword Saint's got him on the ground. And he traps Chihiro. That's where we find that Chihiro can nullify the Magatsumi's ability. And it seems like the N10 is literally designed to counter this. So he can counter the abilities of the sword. Now, I still think Samura is going to die. Obviously, it's pretty clear that Chihiro still can't win in this situation. I mean, even if he can counter the ability and stop it, what the hell is he going to do against the Sword Saint? Like, his sword skills just aren't up to par. Samura is the best sword fighter we've seen in the series so far, and he just got completely bodied. Even using the Purity style didn't work against this dude. So Chihiro has a long way to go. If he was clever, he'd grab Samura and he would run, but he's not going to do that. So it's not going to work out very well for them next chapter and the chapter after. Unfortunately, next week is a break week, so we're going to have to wait quite a long time to figure it out. Now, that's going to be about all for me. I just wanted to show up for you guys, even though I'm sick. I'm not going to lie, I'm really not enjoying my time right now, but I just wanted to show up because all the chapters this week were really good and I couldn't miss talking about it. So if you enjoy the video, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, comment down below. I hope you're all feeling well after the new year. I hope you're all feeling better than me, and I'm very excited going into this year to make lots of content and share it with you guys. Now, I love you all, and I'll see you next time.